Hi, everyone. This is Ryan, health fitness professional with the Cardinal Health site in Mansfield, Massachusetts. So for today, we're going to be doing a few exercises a little different from the week before. To start off, I want to work on the shoulders. I'm going to start my timer here. Everything's going to last about 40 to 45 seconds with a few 15-second intervals in between each exercise we do. But again, to start off, I want to work on the shoulders, raising them up to the side. And we're going to move in small circular motions. There's not going to be any weight for the hands during this time. You just want to do small motions here with the shoulders. I don't want to do anything bigger than this. It's not necessarily that great for the range of motion. So 3, 2, 1, let's hold here. And we're going to rotate back now, working both ways. You'll notice I'm doing this while sitting in a chair. Feel free to stand up for this if you'd like. Either way works. Taking deep breaths at this time. In 3, 2, 1, and rest the arms. All right, so moving on, what I want to do is work on the feet. So what we're going to do is what's called a Dorsi flexion and plantar flexion with one foot for about 20 seconds here. So taking that foot and moving back and forth. You might feel a bit of a stretch in the calves when you do this. Nice and easy here, about 1 Mississippi for each motion. Very important to get the feet moving, especially if we're in a seated position for a long period of time. Let's do one more back and forth. And let's switch legs. Going right into it. And as you can see, I'm holding my leg up right under the knee. It does help to have a little support. And I'm only going up this high for the sake of being on camera. You can do this while seated if you'd like to. And bringing it down. All right, moving on to our next exercise. What I want to do is work on really opening up the chest and then stretching out the back as we bring our fingertips together. So with that said, moving out and in, I like to have a little squeeze in the back. Squeezing in the back right here and relax. You'll notice my head as well, moving up and down. Nothing drastic with the head, just small motions moving up and down, just a few inches here and there. Moving just a little bit slower than what we did for the foot. About 10 more seconds. And then after this, we're going to do some standing exercises. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I'm going to move my chair to the side and stand up. So the next thing I want to work on, I know you won't be seeing me for this, but we're going to do some marches, just lifting up our knees like so. And this is all I want to do for this first set. So moving up, up, just like that. For anyone who has trouble with balance, feel free to place your hand on the wall or on the desk. And I always like to say, when you are having trouble with balance, it's best to keep your eyes on something at the other end of your room, something that's not moving. Doing that alone can really help improve balance during motions like this. About 10 seconds left. As for the hands, if you want, you can have them on your hips. We're going to finish up right about here. All right, next up, we're going to work the arms and the legs. So we're going to do some side stepping. Just like that. Bringing your feet about shoulder width apart before you bring the feet together again. And I do want to swing out the arms a little bit. So crossing the arms as we bring the feet together. Cross, cross. And you'll notice that I'm alternating which hand goes over the other. I want to switch it up. Helps to really warm up the body, get some blood flowing, especially during these cold times now that we're in December. You might notice my breathing in the background. I hope you're doing the same. No need for heavy, deep breathing here. Just make sure that you're doing your breaths. Last one and done. All right, I'm going back to my chair and we're going to do everything over again, starting with our shoulders. So again, you can do this seated if you'd like, bringing your arms out to the side, and let's do some small rotating motions with our arms. And just getting some blood flow in for the shoulders. And during this time, watch out for your posture as well. You want to make sure your chest is out. You have a slight squeeze in the back while you do this. You don't want to do this one hunched over. You're still working your shoulders well, but we also want to watch out for posture. And let's rotate to the other side. And we got about 10 seconds left here. Nearly done. And relax those arms. And we're going to go back to working the foot. So grabbing right underneath if you'd like, or again, you can have your foot close to the floor. Heel can be on the floor while you're moving your toe back and forth. All right, let's move forward and back. Again, you might feel a bit of a stretch in your calf during this time, especially when you pull your toes towards you. The other thing we're working here is really getting some good blood flow in the shins. They're usually neglected, especially when we're seated for a long time. Let's switch sides and go right into the other side. Again, we want to get some blood flow, especially in the front part of our leg here, so we can avoid shin splints. Let's do a couple more here. And excellent. All right, resting that down. And next up, what I want to do again is opening up the chest and the back, alternating those two motions here. So wide and center. Again, bringing those fingertips together. And I do like to have that little squeeze in the back as I bring my arms out to the side. Again, watching out for your chin. Make sure you can move your chin up and down just a couple of inches up and down, just like that. Nice straight posture with your back. We got about 10 seconds left before we stand up again. Couple more. And relax the arms. All right, moving again in a standing motion. We want to do some marches. This time I want to add a little bit. Feel free to have some pressure on your legs. Add that quick one Mississippi bit of pressure downward onto your quad as you move up. Getting that little bit of resistance. Really helps to warm up the legs, get them in any position that isn't in a constant seated motion. So standing here alone is really beneficial for the legs. We got about 10 seconds here. So again, try to get your knees up towards your hip height as many times as you can. A little pressure here, a little pressure there. Let's do one more. And relax. All right, going back to the arm swings with the side steps for the legs. So again, we'll bring our hands together in a crossing motion, one way and the other way. Stepping out to the side with your feet so that they're about shoulder width apart. You don't really have to move your feet any wider than that. Just trying to get the motion in, warming up the body. About 25 seconds here. So the most important thing is just keep it going with your pace, whether that's a little faster than me, or maybe a little slower, or exactly the same pace, and get your breathing going. just like that. All right, we get about 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Come back into your chair. And that is it for today's ReAdjust and ReEnergize. So thank you all for joining me this morning. I hope you really liked it. Don't forget, we're going to have one more session next week. That'll be our last one for a while. So I hope to see you all there. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.